weeks ago because there's soon another project in Estonia, and it gathers youngsters from about 8 to 10 different countries. And normally it's like maybe 20, 30 euros to participate, and then you get like a flight, free accommodation, food, it works, and there's a bunch of cool people from different countries who are going to be there to facilitate the subject that you're on. So I highly, highly recommend that you check this out as youngsters because it's great possibilities. Great. Okay, so while you're thinking about traveling the world, doing some stuff, let's change the world through business. And today is about social entrepreneurship. So we were thinking about, okay, how can we use your brilliant minds and together do something interesting? So we thought, let's create a couple of cool business ideas. And because it's not often that you actually have these types of collaboration where you have the possibility to have mixed groups between different countries. We are very similar and alike, but we're also very different in wonderful, wonderful ways. And to me, you would never get development if you have a group that is very, very similar. This is why I always try to have some form of dynamic or a different group. And now we have this possibility, yay! So we're creating a business plan, yay! Okay, cool. It's good that you're so excited as I am. Nice. So, let's do this. It'll take about 3 hours. No, I'm joking. Even Patrick went, what?
We have a laser game.
You have a laser game?
You know, we'll be Sweden against Iceland, kind of. And,
oh yeah, good. So first we'll change the world, and then we will create conflict. Cool.
Yeah.
How long do we have? 2, 3 or something?
Yeah, probably around 3:15 or half 15:30 or something.
No worries, we'll change the world in shorter time than that.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's
So,
good.
First, we'll jump right to it. What are we doing? We are creating a business. But it's not just normal business, it's also a business with a heart. Okay? It's pure and simple. That's what it's about. And a business plan, I'm not completely into all the different programs. I don't know how far you got into the different areas within this. Do you know about business planning? Or business plan? Yeah. Okay, so the teachers are nodding.
Yeah.
Now we'll check the reality. No. Okay, that's good. Sonia, did you have any idea about this business plan?
Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
Cool, good, because your teacher was going to know.
I'm not teaching you the economic in that.
Okay, cool. Why not? No, I'm joking. I'm just joking. Okay, so business plan. No, I'm just checking a little bit, but it's not brain science. This is just an easy sketch. And a business plan normally is just what, who, and how are we going to conduct business. I've written a ton of business plans before. Nowadays, I rarely do it because the only ones who are interested is in either a bank or if you need some permit or something. You don't really need to get anything going. We didn't do it with Kamako, we didn't do it with 2 previous businesses either. Because we said, okay, instead of wasting our time just writing, let's just do it. So there's different approaches to this. But it needs to contain some certain things, of course. Maybe, okay, what kind of market are we going to go into? Okay, a little bit about financials. Do we need some money to get started? How much are we going to earn, do you think? And so on and so on and so on. How we're going to market ourselves. A SWOT analyze. Do you know what this is?
Yeah.
Yes.
Good. What does it stand for?
It says strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats.
Yeah. Good. Because it's kind of those glasses that you always need when you're thinking about, okay, so what are we going to do? Is this a good opportunity? What are the threats in doing it, and so on and so on and so on. And also when you're thinking about, okay, who are we going to sell to? Who has an interest in it? Some of these people who have an interest will present an opportunity in form of customers. Some will be competitors, that will be kind of a threat for you, and so on. And how are we going to do it? Okay, cool. So this is the business aspect. I won't say that much more. I can talk about this for a long time, but it is not difficult at all. And we'll take it step by step. The basics is this. what are we going to do, who is going to buy, who has an interest, and how are we going to do it. That's what we're aiming for at the end of this. And we're also aiming into having some form of material that can be used afterwards, either by yourselves or somebody else or something. So we'll spread it to a wider group. Cool, so we have some group divisions. Patrick is the dictator, so he cannot change.
I will just we have put together 5 groups, and you will have these groups during all the week, but not in laser game.
Because that would prevent the work of the group.
So that's so we have 5 groups then, 1 from each country, and you have to, in your group, you have to have some I don't know, but you have to learn a little about each other and who is doing the better. And I just took them. I don't know. I know the Swedish guys, of course, but I don't know you. So we don't know how I put the group. Maybe I could do it better. I will. We can do this around there, and then we will have to settle around the groups. So can put that. Send this to.
Okay, so we are multitasking. While you're figuring out and just getting these papers, this is what we're going to do. We're going to write down a business idea, a business model, a market, and a strategy. And this is just basically the same.
Can we have a look?
Patrik, vill vi hålla alla i samma rum eller vill vi sprida ut dem? Jag tycker det bara sprida ut dem om vi kan hitta dem.
Vi kan sprida ut dem, i alla fall delvis. Ett par grupper kan vara kvar här kanske. Vi har inte hur mycket, men det finns ett grupprum. Men svenskarna vet ju vilket grupprum. Så att, vi har det runt, inte så stort.
Men de har inte koll på andra gruppen än, va?
Nej, de har inte, så det måste de ha först. De måste försöka... Vi har det som en grupp.
Okay, so we have first assignment, that is organization. This is going to be a tough one. You will have 5 minutes, and then I'm going to scream, to find your group. And go!
Easy. 1 from each country. Then it's we got 2 speakers.
Okay, yeah, so. I will just tell
Hampus.
Hello. Hey, I'm Dolly.
We can alone.
We forward team?
Yeah.
Produce team?
Organize the groups. We teachers, we will not be in the group. We will support them on the lab. Then when they're creating, but take them from looking at it. Cheer them up a little bit. So.
Okay, so I was quiet a little bit. Oh, nice. She's already set to go. So I was just in the phone because the thing, I like stuff to be easy, so we Google Documents with this information, so just write directly in the online document, then you don't need to worry about transferring stuff from paper to computer and stuff like that later, and you have everything. So I'm just figuring out how to share this with you in a very easy, speed up way. So we'll go through this, and then I'll just go around to each group, because I believe that at least the Swedish people, someone in each group has a phone with Facebook, yeah? Yes, everybody's here. The question is more, who doesn't have somebody in the group with Facebook and phone? Cool, so that one's solved. And what we're doing is this. You need to fill out this document, and this document will be a business plan in all essence that can be used afterwards. Briefly, I'll go through this document, and then I will give you some examples also of this. And then you will have time to work. So first one is idea, the mission statement. What is our mission statement? Okay, we are going to sell hand-manufactured teddy bears to underprivileged kids, for example. The business plan is, what are we selling and how? Did everybody get this paper? We have this paper, Potter.
What?
We have this paper. Did you print this?
No, I didn't print it.
You didn't print it? Ah, okay, no worries. Don't need.
But
Don't need. The business model is, what are we selling and how? Okay, so we're selling teddy bears, for example, hand manufactured. And we are selling them by, let me just think for 2 seconds. Okay, you can have this as an example. Patrick had to go get a pen, because all that they had here was like a pencil. What the fuck? It's not even a pencil, it's like for paint. That's cool, creative teaching.
yeah.
So this is teddy bears, handcrafted. Whoops, Daisy. And who is going to buy it? Okay, or who needs it? That's even better. It's underprivileged kids. Because at first I said, okay, who's going to buy it? Privileged. Who's going to buy it? Okay, underprivileged kids. Okay, what are their economical possibilities? Not that strong, I would believe. So I wouldn't make that my main customer basis. So, and how are they going to do this? Okay, so please follow my thought process. Okay, so I just came up with this idea. Who is going to buy it? Underprivileged kids. Okay, they don't have any money. Okay, how am I going to solve this? Okay, we'll use waste products from factory. And by that I don't mean like shitty waste. I mean like, for example, okay, sock companies, for example, they always cut up a bit of the tube and stuff like that, so you have a waste material there. You have from making bicycle tires, and you also have waste from there and stuff like that. All this material can combine in a cool way. Okay, so we have something cool. Can we get some creative artists to make sculptures out of this to an exhibition? I don't know. Exhibition. Cool, so if this high-profile artist making an exhibition for this purpose, we can at least have an entrance fee of, say, 20 euro per person who's coming, entrance. And of course we'll also auction these wonderful arts that these teddy bears now are, and they will land somewhere about minimum 1,000 euro each, because we are only making 100. So there we have the finance for the teddy bears, and then we will keep on making a more, volume package, which you can then make yourself in your group. We make ourselves, and we will make, I don't know, 500 a year, and then we will sell them for like, I don't know, 1 euro each or something. So you got all, let's see, who they will buy for 1 euro, so, and you're selling about 500. Okay, cool. So what are the pluses here? So we have, let's say how many people are going to come. Okay, we'll put 1,000 just for easy. 1,000 people during 1 week will come. 1,000 times 20 is how much? Somebody shout. Huh?
20,000.
Thank you. So we have 20,000 there. Then we have 100 times 1,000. How much is that?
100,000.
And then we have 500 euros. So this is the process. 130,000 euro in. Just say, okay, we'll say like 30-40% will be like costs. Maybe the artist wants something. We'll say 50% just to make it easy. So 50% out of this is 60,250. I'll just put it here just for my memory. How, who, what? Oh, you're going to sell handcrafted bears, and then you will actually make a surplus of 60,000 to 150,000 euros by making handcrafted teddy bears. Now this is a viable business idea, I would say actually. And as you just follow the thought process, it's not that hard. It's completely doable. The key issue, and why I said who, is that, okay, you have underprivileged kids. Who else has an interest in this? So of course, these will be the customers, but also you have the other key players. Here, for example, it will be the creative artists. You need to give them also an opportunity. But instead of just saying normally, okay, oh, please can you help us and just design this? Oh, they get like 100 of these a year. Okay, so you get a surplus of 60,000 freaking euros. Okay, so you'll get 1,000 euro for your time. That will be paid afterwards, of course, because you don't have that cash now. I believe that's doable actually. So, what are you going to do? Who is your customer? Who is the key players? And how are you going to do it? Okay, we're going to take waste from waste factories. We're going to hassle some creative artists into making some nice teddy bears for us. And then we're going to have an exhibition where we auction. Cool. The last stage now, actually, that's only left is like the promotion area. That's very, very important in anything that you do, no matter what. So it's just more about, okay, how we're going to promote this and so on and so on. Don't just write Facebook. That's not a good answer, because it's not an answer. It's just one channel. Maybe it can be like, I normally use like ambassadors. Okay, who's the best in the field? Okay, how many teddy bears did we make? I already forgot. That was like 2 seconds ago. Say we'll make 100, yeah? Okay, make 110, and then you give these beautiful teddy bears to ambassadors. Give one to the principal here, because you know her already. And if the principal got one here, okay, who's the chairman of all of the schools in this region? Of course they get one, and so on and so on and so on and so on. So find good ambassadors for the product. That's one way. Then you're using Facebook as a strategy, because you're using influencers in a good way. That's the marketing plan. Cool, so that was business planning 101. Now we're going to do it. Cool, so before you leave here, I will just give this document link to this, so you just can start by filling it out. And then you will have about 20 minutes to do this. I will try and come around, just talk a little bit with you. The teachers will also be available for your aid. If you get stuck on something and want something, just shout and we will be there. If not, we will assume that everything is going well and you're not just doing something else. Cool. Questions? Everything's super clear. All right, cool. So, we'll meet back here at 5, 10 past 3, depending on how you're going. You are allowed to sit anywhere on the premises. We will try and find you in some way. Or some groups can also stay here if you want that. That's completely fine. And I will just send this link to one in each group. Cool. So where are the groups? Everybody's just like sitting. Yes. What numbers are you? Which number are you? Second. Second. Number 2. Number 1 is?
Here.
1, 3,
4.
3, 4, and 5. Okay. I don't know why I shouted that in the wrong order. Now I'm completely confused. But now I know your groups. Anyway, cool. So we'll start. Okay.